This is the story of my backpacking trip through South America. I start in Ecuador, where I will learn Spanish and see other parts of the country. I continue traveling through the Colombian landscapes, from the desert to a 4-day hike in the jungle to the lost city. From there, I fly to Bolivia and meet my friend Aranka. Together we travel to great heights and the freezing cold. In Argentina, I only visit the northern part and check out the area of Salta and Buenos Aires. I cross the border to Brazil to see the Iguazu Falls and end the trip in Rio de Janeiro. Around 6 o'clock I land in La Paz, where I will be waiting for my friend Aranka. She will join me for 3 weeks here in Bolivia. Our first day is to explore the city. We walk through the witches' market, drank some coffee, and enjoyed the sun. Then we headed to an agency to book our hike to Huayna Potosi, a mountain of 6,088 meters high. But while we were there, they advised us to turn around our whole traveling schedule, so we are better prepared for the altitude during that hike. So our first day becomes planning and rebooking everything. So we sat down for dinner and looked at the alternatives. We went back to the hostel to see if they could help us rebook our flights to the Amazon, because that was the only thing we booked in advance. Luckily, we were able to. The next morning, we took the teleférico to have a beautiful view over the city. Because we had a cabin all to ourselves, we took the liberty of taking so many photos and videos. Then we walked around for a bit in search of a good viewpoint. After our rides in the teleférico around the city, we took an Uber to Valle de la Luna, a beautiful landscape just outside the city. And what a beautiful surprise it was! The park was very easy to walk through, and it felt very safe. The landscape was so beautiful and photogenic. Overall, it was a great day in La Paz. One of the benefits of traveling with a friend was taking pictures never went as easy as now. And we definitely had some fun with that. Because of our changed schedule, we left La Paz after 2 full days. We took a night bus to Sucre, where we would only spend 1 full day to get to know the city, because in the evening we had another night bus. Sucre is known as the White City and is another colonial city, with beautiful buildings around a nice green square or plaza. We walked around to see a beautiful viewpoint, and as the day progressed, the weather became a lot more comfortable. We sat down at a nice restaurant with a view of the main square and enjoyed a cup of coffee, but quickly switched to a glass of Bolivian wine, which actually tasted good. We went up to the highest point to visit the monastery, and then later on we visited a park and a local market to try out some of the delicious fruit. Because we didn't have much time in Sucre, we rushed through all the highlights in such a quick way that we actually ended up having so much time left. So we decided to watch the quarterfinals of the UEFA Cup in a pub and have a light dinner before entering the night bus again to Tupiza. In the morning, we arrived in Tupiza. This part is known as the Wild West of Bolivia. One tip: don't arrive on a Sunday in this town, because almost everything is closed. It was hard finding a restaurant that was open, especially ones with vegetarian options. Because of that, we decided to hike for a while to a good viewpoint. While walking, we stumbled upon a motocross race and watched it for a while. Google Maps is not a friend in this town, not for restaurants and not for hiking. We wanted to hike to a viewpoint of the city, but how to get there was very unclear. People showed us different directions, so we ended up just having a nice walk. The neighborhood felt a bit sketchy, so we didn't try to look for an alternative route, but just returned. The next morning, we went horseback riding with a guide and his daughter. We arrived at their farm and we were dressed properly for the occasion. We arrived at the first stop, where we walked up to a viewpoint and took many pictures. The girl, as cute as she was, she photobombed us every time. After our first stop, it is time to get back on the horse and go on to the next stop.
Oh.
Ranka's horse had a very strong will. It either wanted to go so slow that she got behind, or wanted to gallop for a while to find connection with the group again. The second stop we made was at a waterfall, but it was dry season, so at this moment it was all dried up. This activity in these surroundings was absolutely great. We took so many photos and videos, and afterwards we treated ourselves with a delicious coffee and Mexican food. In the next episode, we take a 4-day tour from the desert of Tupiza to the Great Salt Flats in Uyuni. But every day turned out to be such a treat.